Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brother. So our brother, he is complaining. He's saying that he really wants to return back home, but he's embarrassed because of what has been going on in his life. So this is the message that he sent to me. The message reads like this: Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a man who is aged 46 years old and I am staying here in South Africa. When I came here to South Africa, I was so lucky, so much that I got a good paying job. When I had that good job, that was when I told myself that it was far much better to marry a South African lady. When I came to South Africa, back home in Zim, I left my wife, I left her with two of our kids. And when I was making a lot of money, I told myself that this was the time for me to enjoy, and indeed I was enjoying life. That was when I ended up getting married to a Zulu speaking woman. So this woman promised me heaven and earth. She told me that very soon we were going to get married, and after we would have gotten married, she was going to assist me. And when she said that she was going to assist me, she meant that she would go with me to the Home Affairs, and then I was going to get my own ID so that I can become like a South African. That is what she used to tell me. So this Zulu speaking woman, she had that type of love that would make a man to run mad. And indeed, when I was staying with her, I felt like I was losing my mind because of the love that she was giving to me. I forgot about my relatives. I forgot about my situation. I forgot that I was from Zim. Because of the love that she was giving to me, I even started acting as if I was South African. And when people would ask me, I would say that I am South African. By the time that I realized, it was already too late. I had wasted all of my money on this Zulu woman. So what happened, Brother Nash, is that this woman, she then started playing some delay tactics, because we had a time frame in which she had said that by such and such a time we were supposed to get married to each other, and after we would have gotten married to each other, then we would go to the Home Affairs. And whenever I will bring that issue, she will say that we'll do it another time, we'll do it another time, until one day she was open enough with me and she said that, you know what, I really want you to marry me. I want to get married to you, but the only challenge that I have, are you able to buy a house for me? I was able to do that because of the money that I was making at that time. So we spoke about it, and then the contract was that I was going to buy a house for her, and after I would have bought a house for her, then we were supposed to get married so that I can legalize my stay in this country. So me and her, Brother Nashi, since we had a child together, I said, what else is she going to do to me? Because I am the father of her child, let me just do this final sacrifice. I had some money that I had, and we used that money, and we went and we applied for a loan, and then she got her house. Brother Nashi, when we bought this house, since I did not have any documentation, so my wife was the one who was like the owner of the house. Her name appears on each and every property that we bought. When we started the process of buying this house, God really blessed me with the way that I was making money. Even if I had returned back home, I was going to be able to do something with my life. But I told myself that this was my woman, she was my wife, and I needed to sort her out. And after I would have sorted her out, she was going to assist me so that I can also be legalized in her country. But unfortunately, the time that we started staying at that house that I had bought for her, she then called her relatives. And when I say that she called her relatives, she called a lot of her relatives. We were crowded, overcrowded at that house where we were staying. This made me to feel very uncomfortable, but I did not complain. I was just waiting for the perfect opportunity. After we would have gotten married, then I will start to complain. So what happened is that I started to experience some problems in my marriage. We started arguing. Then in 2023, when I said, but you promised me that after I would have bought you a house, then you were going to marry me. Look at me, my papers, they are not okay. You are the only solution. You are the one who can assist me. That was when I saw that this woman does not love me at all. So this woman, she refused, like she totally refused. And the reason as to why she has since refused, it was because at work they told me that since I do not have proper documentation, they were going to let me go, even though I had been working there for a very long time. So when she saw that I did not have any income that was flowing in, that was when she started mistreating me, and she told me that she cannot get married to me because I am broke. But the time when I was making money, this woman, she acted as if I was her world. She acted as if she was totally in love with me. As for now, she hates me. She does not love me at all. So me and her, we started fighting. Like, we started fighting a lot. By the time that I realized that my wife is sleeping with other truck drivers, when I found out that she is sleeping with other truck drivers, Brother Nashi, that was when I spoke with him and I told her that I did not like the things that she was doing. She then called her brothers. Her brothers came to me, then they started threatening me, and they said that as for you, we do not want you to stay with our sister. You need to stay away from our sister. Otherwise, we are going to do something bad to you. So what pains me the most is that this woman and I, we are not legally married. I cannot claim anything. Yet all of these years, I was the one who was working. I was working day and night, thinking that I am building my own empire here in South Africa. Every property that we own, we were just using a ID and everything. Her details are everywhere, and I am nowhere to be found. It is like she was working on her own, yet I was the one who was working. Brother Nashi, I have learned a great lesson. These South African women, what they will do to you. Yes, indeed, she was giving me love, and I was also giving her love, but with the way that she is mistreating me right now, you think that we did. But with the way that she is mistreating me, you will think that we were never husband and wife, and it is really painful. This has given me so much bitterness in my heart, and I know that I have to return back home. But whenever I think about returning back home, after so many years, because I have spent a lot of years here in South Africa, and I am embarrassed to return back home because I do not have anything to show for it, because I have spent a lot of years here in South Africa. I used all of my money on this woman. All these years that I have been staying in South Africa, I have been paying, and I have been paying heavily for her cookie, and I do not have anything. So Brother Nashi, I do not know what exactly am I supposed to do. I am embarrassed to go and face my family. I am embarrassed to return back home at my age without anything to show for it. I really do not have anything back home. Some of my age mates, when they came to work here, they were building houses back home in Zim. But as for me, I know that once I return back to Zim, the only option that I would have is to return back to the village and to stay with my parents. You can just imagine a man of my age staying with his parents. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear brother. That was the translation of the message that he sent to me. Please let us try to speak with him in the comment section. He's saying that a South African woman finished him off, and now he is embarrassed to return back home because he does not have anything after many, many years trying to prove his love to this woman.